guys, so today we're going to continue pushing through the Marvel 80 Years Retro series, and we're going to be taking a look at Dazzler. And this Dazzler figure is one that I was looking forward to for a while, simply because I wasn't a big fan of the one that they released previously based on how she looked in kind of the disco era back in the 70s or whatever. But I'll do a comparison with the older version so you guys can take a look for yourselves and see what you think. So let's go ahead and get her out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here we have Dazzler out of the packaging, and I put one of the effect pieces on her hand. Usually when I put those effect pieces on, I'll pull the hand off and then put the effect piece in and then slide the hand back in. So I'll use this one as a demonstration, but you can kind of see how closed off this is, and this plastic is pretty rigid. So if you try to squeeze this over the wrist area, it can start to put some stress on the plastic. So it's a lot easier just to, if you're gonna use this hole anyway, to just go ahead and pull the hand off and stick it in. So one thing I'll say about the effect piece is that it has these little dark specks in here, and I know we've seen this design before, but I'm not sure if we've seen this color with the specks. That could be something new, but you guys can let me know in the comments. So I typically don't even use these effects on my figures. Dazzler's one of the few that I do. So I'll leave her posed pretty much like this probably in my collection. But now I'm going to go ahead and take the effect piece off so we can take a look at the articulation. Okay, so with Dazzler, she has upper torso pivot and swivel. So you'll be able to get her leaning back about that far, leaning forward about that far, which is pretty much straight. You're going to be able to get her looking up that much, because her jacket tends to interfere a little bit with her hair. So if you get her looking up about that much, you may be able to heat this plastic up and get her looking back a little bit further. You can get her looking down this far. For her arm, she has single jointed elbows, wrist swivel. This hand goes up, so you can get her holding it up or down. Same for the other hand. She also includes these little accessories here that are basically supposed to be part of the gloves. As you can see on this hand, you can see a little bit of her flesh tone, so you can push that down. And that was just because I have the effect piece on there. For her leg, she has double jointed knees, ankle pivot, and thigh swivel. The belt she has on is non-removable. I mean, you could cut it off if you want, I suppose. She does have a vest here, but the sleeves are actually part of her arm, so if you remove the vest, you're still going to have this brown part on her sleeve showing. So it's probably not going to be something that you want to do. In terms of Art Deco, she does have this star on her chest. I think they could have probably made it a little bit brighter, but doesn't look too bad. On her right leg, she has another star. Left leg, she has a red band going around it, and she has the red headband on. I like the sculpting they did with the hair. She has the shorter haircut than the other version, which I'll get to in a second here. But she has a pretty face, proportion-wise, looks good. So I think this is the Dazzler figure that I've been wanting anyway. So now let me go ahead and do the comparison between this version and the disco version previously released. Okay, so here you can see the new Dazzler next to the older version that came with the microphone, the roller skates, the disco ball necklace, more of the 70s style look, I suppose. I was never really a fan of this figure, to be honest with you. She stayed in the back of my collection, kind of hidden away. But this one is going to be more front and center. I like this look a lot. So not really much to say in terms of a comparison. I think the new one wins. People who may have been reading X-Men back in the 70s and remember her like this may enjoy that figure or appreciate it more for what it is, but I'm not feeling the roller skates and the disco look. Maybe that's just me. So now let's move on to my final thoughts. Okay, so for my final thoughts, I think if you're an X-Men fan and you're looking to fill out your roster more, then this is a good figure to pick up. If you're a hardcore Dazzler fan, then you're gonna want to pick her up, obviously. But she could be an easy pass for some people who really aren't into her. I can see that happening. Me personally, I like the look of her. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I like figures when they have jackets on, kind of like Rogue. But she's a solid figure for me. Definitely an upgrade over the disco version, in my opinion. You know, I'm sure that figure has its own fan base as well, but for me, this is the preferred look for Dazzler. But let me know what you guys think about Dazzler in the comment section. Thank you for watching. As always, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next video.